Alright, I think it's pretty fair to say that I have told you guys quite a bit of stories throughout my life. I wouldn't even say that we've hit 40%. And today, I've got a pretty interesting one for you. I've talked about before that back when I was a senior in high school, I had a teacher that essentially without them, I would have not even graduated school. And I also sold weed to them, and that was kind of why I even graduated. Well, I somehow found myself in a different teacher's home smoking weed with their child, not knowing that that was one of my teachers, and it definitely did not go as good as you think. It was a whole house party, and we literally were stinking up the whole neighborhood. But first, cheers. Alright, what is going on, people of Earth? My name is Chilly Dilly, back at you with another chill ass video, dude. Shout out to the sponsor, JK Distro. That is what I have in this joint right here. We have some cactus cooler. So this video, or this story time, as per usual, starts out with a young Chilly Dilly. I was 18, senior in high school, doing my own thing. I was hanging out with Wesley, and I was hanging out with a homie named DJ. Awesome, great people. So, I only had like a couple periods in school. That doesn't matter. So this wasn't really one of my teachers, but it was one of Wesley's, and I also knew this teacher. If I learned anything from this story, is that communication is very key. And anyway, DJ was a year older than us, so he was already out of school, right? So, as you guys know, at the time I lived in North Charleston, or it's really still just Charleston. It's like very close. And if you guys don't know, Charleston is home of the, the Marine base. I think there's even like a Navy base nearby. I'm not sure. Could be wrong about that. So there's a lot of military people. You see a lot of military people. You get very used to it, right? Well, DJ had a homie. Once again, keep in mind, DJ had a homie out of high school with him. They graduated the same year, so 2014. And they were good homies. And this person was in the military. He just got out of basic training. Now we're gonna call this person Miles, because honestly, I can't even really remember his name. I only hung out with him for like 3 days. By the way, sorry if you can hear a lawnmower in the background. I feel like these last couple of days, every time I've been videotaping, there's been literally storm or rain or now lawnmowers. But anyway, we're gonna call this person Miles. Miles comes home from the military. First thing he does is meets up with DJ, because they were really good friends. Starts smoking, which is crazy to me because we were smoking at the time. He just got out of the military. He's like, oh, like, I don't know. He said he was gonna be good. Like, he was only gonna smoke for like the week that he was home and then quit. Whatever, man, that's up to him. I don't really know what happened of that. But, so we're all smoking, blah, blah, blah. And I remember he was like, oh yeah, bro, so I'm gonna go get a tattoo. And so we went to this tattoo place in downtown Charleston, and we literally sat in there forever, man. Like, I remember, dude, he's getting some like stomach tattoo of South Carolina, like literally just the Gamecock thing, I think, that's just the team, and that's just what they use, okay? Anyway, so we're there for hours. Like, I remember being very bored, but we kept like every 30 minutes or so going outside, smoking another joint or blunt, and really just waiting for Miles to be done, right? Because obviously we were young, didn't really have much money, and had nothing better to do. And I remember at this time especially, me and Wesley had one of those box mods, because that's like what was literally cool at the time, because you know there were no freaking disposable mods. And I remember we kept hitting it in this tattoo shop, and like every like 30 minutes or so, this fucking one tattoo person kept being like, quit hitting that in here, quit hitting that in here. I was like, y'all fucking suck. Obviously did not care. We got caught multiple times doing that, and I mean, we completely made the place smell like weed, but we were really the only ones in there, so I didn't really get what was the point. But we went in there when it was still daylight out, like not pretty daylight, but like it was like 5 o'clock. We didn't even leave till like 9, bro. Anyway, that's just the the backup or the like setup of kind of just how I met this dude. Like literally first day I meet him, I'm smoking. Next thing I know, I'm not having to go, but we're going to this tattoo place in Charleston. Bam, after that, they went, did their own things. I mean, I'm pretty sure I was supposed to go to school the next day type shit. So anyway, next day comes around and we get done with school. And by that, I mean, Wesley actually went to school while I skipped, which by the way, don't do anything I did. Like, please don't. I definitely was just dumb as fuck. So I go over to DJ's, who's across the school, and guess who's with him? Miles. And we're all chilling and smoking, and Miles is already drinking, but like, I'm not much of a drinker, so like, I don't really care, you know what I'm saying? So I get over there, we're smoking, whatever. And he's like, yo, we're having this party later at my crib. And I'm not thinking anything of it. I'm like, oh shit, like you're inviting me because I didn't know. And so he invited me and Wesley, but Wesley was at school. So DJ and him started to get ready to go. And I was like, fuck, like what am I gonna do now? Because I remember I had not taken my car, and really like me and Wesley kind of just always drove together because we lived together. So it's like, we always did the same shit together. I mean, it's homie, you know what I'm saying? Senior year homie, you know? Anyway, so I'm like, fuck. So like, I gotta go back now and essentially wait. That's what I didn't do. I'm pretty sure I just smoked with them a little bit more. And I think I literally went into a parking lot and like smoked cigarettes and like listened to Mac Miller or something like that. Like, damn, that sounds really lame. But it is what I did. Or I went out to try to get some money because, yeah, I obviously always needed money. And by that, I mean, I would usually be hustling. So like, I mean, I wouldn't even have weed. I would just literally help people get it. So like people would be like, oh, I need this much, blah, blah, blah. You know how it is, you know what I'm saying? And so I did one of the two or both. And then Wesley's like, all right, bet, I'm almost done. So I go back to the school. So I went to go pick him up. And I remember we had to go back to his parents' house and do something. I do believe... Okay, so I do believe around this time, sorry, I had to think about it, because like it was a very weird, the last like 4 or 5 months of the school year, I moved out of my mom's house because she moved back to where we used to live, and then me and Wesley got a place. So like, this was when he was still at his parents, or I don't know, it doesn't matter. We had to go to his parents. We had to get some money, get some things, get some clothes, obviously. And so DJ sends us a Addy, and we pull up to this, in which I guess I didn't even think about like whose house this was, you know what I mean? Like even just from the start, like I never thought, wait, why does Miles have a house when he literally just got out of boot camp, or like who is he with, you know what I'm saying? So we pulled up, and bro, it is a super nice neighborhood. Like this is the suburbs, like nothing crazy, but like enough to where I was like, okay. And then I come in there and there's a bunch of people in there. Everybody's already drinking. I literally had, I don't know if I still have it, but I took a picture. Dude, I just completely forgot that I actually have picture evidence of me on that day. And so I will tell you exactly what day it is. It's literally on Instagram. I remember being like so baked. I remember being so fucked up and sitting there thinking, I haven't posted on Instagram in a long time. And so I took this picture and then posted it on Instagram. And that was on May 18th. So wait. Damn. I posted that on May 18th. That was literally right before the school year ended, bro. How could I forgot? Like, holy fuck. That is me outside in that location of that house at this party that I'm literally talking about. Why I took that picture, I don't know. I was just really stoned. And I didn't really know a lot of people there, honestly. So we were all just outside smoking that. And anyway, so they're all drinking. I did make myself a Dr. Pepper and Crown Royal Apple because it was like the rare occasion that I was gonna drink. So I was like, yeah, fuck it, whatever. We're all just out back smoking, having a good time. A bunch of people I don't know, probably military homies, whatever. And then this is when it happened. Then his mom came home. Once again, don't think anything of it. So she comes in there, opens the back door, and is like, Miles, I need to talk to you. And then she literally brings him in there. And then I hear her be like, I can smell this down the street, blah, blah, blah. I was like, oh man. I was like, that doesn't sound good. I was like, wait, who is that? I was like, is that like his mom or something? And somebody was like, yeah, that's that teacher from the school. So this must have been like right when she got out of school. So this must have been like 5 o'clock when this was happening, bro. I was like, what do you mean she's from the school? And then, you know, they literally said my school. And then they said the teacher. And then Wesley looks right at me and is like, bro, that's my teacher. We got to get the fuck out of here. So like none of these people were even in high school. Like we were the only ones in high school. And the only reason we even got to come is because we knew DJ and because DJ knew Miles. And I guess because we spent all that time with him when he was getting that tattoo, it was very weird, right? So we're just sitting there and he comes back out and like Wesley's visibly freaking out. I'm just laughing because I don't really care, honestly, bro. Like this is literally around the time that I learned that I had to pay money to make up time in school. So like I had to sit there for like 20 hours in a week before I could even graduate type shit. Like, so I was literally about to get hit with this, not knowing my life was about to be fucked up. But yeah, so we dipped. He said it was cool, but like Wesley was like, nah, like I'm not trying to deal with that. I'm not trying to see that. Now I did walk in and see her. She did not know who I was though. But she did know that I was from the school. She was like, you look pretty young to be here. I was like, I'm literally just leaving right now. And then Wesley left down that, like, cause you know how fucking people in the South have that shit. They got the outside, I forget what they call it, like the outside with the screen and whatnot. She had a fence. He just fucking went through the fence. And then I went back around and then we just left. And like nothing really even came of it, but Wesley definitely freaked out and thought that something was gonna happen. And I guess it possibly could because like, first of all, she could get like in so much trouble for that. That's why I'm not even gonna say like any names. I'm not even gonna say the school or anything like that. Like, I don't know if that was even allowed. And we were like the last people that should have been there. You know what I mean? And it was very adult of him to realize, but I completely forgot that I even had a picture of me that day, bro. And I definitely look completely different, as you'll see. It was definitely a weird party, but I mean, it was really weird talking to a teacher and her knowing that I was in the school. And we used to wear these little lanyard things, and I think I even had mine on as well because there was literally just so many people you had to keep an ID on you at all time type shit. Like it was pretty bad. So no, nothing really crazy happened. It could have, you know, but the homie dodged it and everything was good. And yeah, just after that, we literally went around smoking some more because it was still early in the day. I was a little, well, I didn't even get to finish my drink actually, but I never really cared about drinking. I think we literally went to his dad's house and actually chilled there and just smoked and drank because that was the only time that that was like the only time that I even enjoyed drinking a little bit was because it was Captain Morgan and Coke Zero. And like, dude, with that South Carolina, like how it feels outside, smoking a Newport or something, and then having a joint and all that, like, whew, it's something else. It's a vibe, man. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and end it here. Show was crazy. Even got a picture to back it up, which is even crazier. I don't have too many of that, which I do have one about a wreck that I will talk about soon. That shit was bad. But yeah, if you guys enjoyed this, like all that good shit, shout out to JK Distro. This cactus cooler got me really fucked up, I ain't even gonna lie. And if you enjoyed the Adult Swim in bump, you can send your own chillydillyendbumps@gmail.com. I'm out this bitch. I fucked that up.